All right, we're back. We're back here. You know what this means. You know what this means. And kind of excited for this one. We're taking a small break from the ancient past to play a new case, which released. God, it's a month ago or so, but this is gonna be fun. You have come. I am grateful. My plan can only progress with your help. Do you think they're mesmerizing as well? Many reject the notion of fate because they don't understand it. How can something so be rejected that has already occurred? Just like the stars in the sky, their light was set in motion aeons ago. They all spin in unison like a cog in a machine. Linked inevitably, seeming random to those with a narrow field of view. How then can we make a difference? It is possible. Everything already happened, but not all of it has been observed. Fates not yet observed are still full of possibilities. I have picked a card. You have been shown an important truth. What have you done with it? No matter how certain it looked, you have the choice to reject it. Was without question that your choice will have affected fate. Now it is your turn. Observe. Death? Is that the death tarot? Behold, the moment of the crime. Nothing here. Where else could I look? Someone's behind me. Boom. You're... Just surrender quietly, Snoop. She's got a weapon. Let's not be hasty here. I can explain. Not stopping. What do I do? Got no choice. I'll have to use this. Back off, please. Ah! She'll get me! Perhaps it was fate. Perhaps it was karma. Who really cares? My name is Aurelia Chase. This is my story. The story of how I tried to avoid justice. Oh. This is Turnabout in the Lighthouse of Lunacy. That isn't even a question, Doc. Of course he's still watching. Please, stop this. He's firmly got his eyes on all of us from the moment we're born. Is the truth worth anything to you? That is a difficult question. I think I was too terrified to even think about resentment. He's now out of our reach anyway. We do not have much information about the incident at this time. No survivors have been confirmed. The suspect has not yet been apprehended. Are you willing to go that far? To reject it? I wish that could let me rest easy, but a part of me refuses to let go. What if he's still out there? It's robbing me of sleep. All of it ended in failure. That's right. The legend is back. This is a Blackrune case. The Lighthouse of Lunacy. didn't fully appreciate the eyes on that logo. That's a cool touch. What just... No, this can't be. I didn't... Oh my god, she's... keep it together. I'm hearing voices. I can't make out what they're saying. What the hell's going on? They're coming. What do I even tell them? I'll just have to come clean. Damn. No choice, fellas. Gotta bust it. Oh, don't leave it to me. I'm not built for this. How much do you want to wager I get this sucker open in one try, old-timer? What are you two doing? This is an emergency. Stop wasting time and do it already. Ooh. Holy smoke. That lady's dead, ain't she? The lady does look very dead. Sad. This means the auction will be cut short, won't it? A shame, but there's a silver lining. We caught the perp right in the act. I would love to say this isn't what it looks like, but it kinda is. What a nice piece you're holding there, madam. Is that the gun we heard? Now, don't make any wrong moves and put that on the floor, please. I still don't know what to say, but I should comply. You know what's good for you. Let's have a look. Just one bullet missing. Ain't that something? Anything to say about that, young lady? Just can't say anything. No wrong moves from you now. Gotta check out the body next. All of you stop. Oh, hello. That's entirely the wrong voice. Mother! They're still talking. I think they're asking me things. I want to explain, but my body won't move. Just had to be greedy, didn't you? Oh? Whoa! What in the world is happening now? Oh, hi! Everything is frozen. Did time itself just stop? I guess now's a pretty good time to go insane. Aurelia! Lillian? Is this your doing? Forget that. What happened? What's there to ask? You heard them. Don't be like that with me. I want to hear it from you. I didn't mean to. She just... Aurelia Chase. What? What do you want? This is not like you. We got some time now, so I'll give you a moment. But then, I want to hear it from you properly, got it? Oh, I like her. She's... thanks. You can help me calm down. Let's sort out this mess. I should take a moment to go over everything that led up to this incident. 3 hours earlier. Oh, hey! Great. And yesterday my dentist nearly choked me to death. So, had a pretty good week all in all. Yikes, I'm surprised you had this trip scheduled at all. From the sound of it, there was a pretty decent chance you wouldn't make it today. What can I say? Never a time to rest. I kneel before you, O legendary journalist. This uncannily energetic girl here is Lillian Maristella. We met back in university. You could call her one of my best friends. And they were best friends. I suppose you still took the easy route, though. You didn't go to the hairdresser. Hold up. Are you implying a hairdresser is worse than a dentist? That's a given, now isn't it? Either... Shoot. Either implying a hairdresser is worse than a dentist, or that, Aurelia would not, go to a hairdresser. Anyways, here's Lillian. Good friend of mine. Just like me, she's a member of the Queens of Crime. Alright. That's winning. Press pass. Proof that I'm a journalist grants me the special privilege to access restricted crime scene. Ooh. gun. A gun with 6 bullets. How does that check out? Scissors are objectively more dangerous than some tiny drill. They're cutting your hair. There's literally no pain involved. Ah, but you see, what do they pull? What do they get into your head? Did that ever happen? Not sure, but good. Worst case, you might get decapitated. Can you get decapitated at the dentist? No, but I'd still say it's much more likely to die there than when your hair gets cut. Oh yeah? Name 3 mystery novels where someone dies in a dentist chair. How am I supposed to know? It's probably one by Christie or something. Now, how many novels exist where someone gets killed with scissors? Sure, just set the bar lower for yourself. Well, you just won't see the light. Let's postpone this discussion. All right. I mean, the proper equivalency would be more like mystery stories where someone gets killed with a drill versus mystery stories where someone gets killed by a pair of scissors. That's a closer equivalency. You still haven't told me what this trip is actually about. You told the Queens of Crime that you're going to some auction. Right, and that's when you randomly decided to show up on my train. I mean, I had a feeling this was going to be good. Besides, we haven't met in a while. It's a new scoop, right? Better tread carefully here. We'll still be stuck here for a while, so dodging her questions might prove tricky. Gun! Sure, let's randomly pull out my gun in a train. What could go wrong? Gun! Press pass. So it begins. What begins? You're gonna show this pass to everyone we meet today, and no chance again. Why in the world would you think it? Why in the world would you think I'd do that? It's got a vague hint that that's your plan. So submit to your fate. Show the world your achievements. Let them know you're the real deal. Sounds like a classic recipe to get marked as really annoying. Haters gonna hate? I'm all for it. I really don't think I want that kind of attention right now. Yo, who's that cutie? This is... Oh, we get a choice here. You're my best friend. You're my best friend. I can always count on her to have my back when there's trouble. What the? Quit running with such a direct answer. I know. That's the easiest way to get you flustered. Please, that was sappy as heck. You've only embarrassed yourself here. She said, red-faced. Oh, that's cute. Rather than anyone on this train, we need to look around. We need more mysteries on trains. Oh, like Murder on the Orient Express? Of course, that's the only one you know. It's famous for a reason. It's not even that good. Wouldn't get fooled by that. I guess you wouldn't. You're gonna set your mystery on a train. The train should actually matter. Otherwise, it's just amateur writing. Look at you, slandering the most famous queen of crime. You think you can do better? I'll make you the real ultimate train mystery. You better be ready. Literally what you usually come up with. I'm looking forward to a total derailment. Oh boy. So the Queens of Crime are, they're either, hobbyist mystery writers or, true crime girls. Curious. Anyways, let's talk. Aurelia Chase. You're always on the case where there's evil afoot? Or should I say, on the chase? You did not just cringe aside. You really seem like talking. You really seem to like talking about me today. What's the scheme here? Come on, we get a chance to meet like once a year ever since we graduated, if we're lucky. Pretty much still message me every day, though. Well, I guess it's true. Maybe we'd start doing our own things. Life happened. I still can't believe your journalism career took off like that. seemed so set on becoming a detective back then. Wasn't really that much of a difference. Investigative journalists do pretty much the same thing as private detectives. We just don't wait for a client to hire us. The public is our client instead. Exposing the truth for the public benefit, huh? That is one cool way to put it. Because the public definitely wants the truth. Right. Oh yeah, I ran into your sister the other day. Really? How's Sarah doing? You seem busy. Still working on that case, you know. That case? You mean the one with the serial killer? Is there a killer? Or is there really a computer file driving people mad somehow? She didn't seem sure yet. Perhaps you should help her out. You must have some helpful info. Oh, I'm sorry, what? Computer file? I really rather she stopped working for that detective. It's just a scammer anyway. And the case sounds dangerous. Are you her sister? Are you her sister or her mother? You know why she's doing this, right? Let me guess. It's my fault somehow. Got in one, as expected. You should have heard her talk about you. You're probably her role model. She just has no idea what she really wants to be. I need to talk with her husband about this. Husband? Guess she got you beat there. Yeah, it's an horribly inconvenient thing, but to each their own. You're pretty good at shifting the topic, by the way. We were supposed to talk about you, not your sis. Lady, you're the one that brought her up. No, I will gladly use this chance to put the spotlight on something else. About you? Alright, Lillian, let's hear a little about how you've been doing. The last few weeks haven't been all that interesting. No visits to the terrible hairdresser then. Yeah, and hold up. Didn't you run into yet another murder? I guess someone did end up dying in the same apartment building I was staying in. Going straight out the window, off the pavement below. Can you believe it? So much for a boring week. This girl is nothing but a trouble magnet. She has an uncanny talent for always being around ongoing crimes. That's how we first met, come to think of it. I cleared up some theft she got accused of. Oh, wow. And did they catch whoever did it? Who knows? I didn't stick around for that. Clean getaway, huh? I thought it happened in the building you lived in. I moved. The place was giving me too many bad vibes after that. Your business must be going well if you could just find a new place like that. What was it again? Some online fashion shop? Bookmark it next time. Yeah, it's a web shop. Make sure to actually look. Might be something for you. Knowing you, it's not really my style of fashion. Try with our cosplaying friend. You dare call my hats cosplay? It's classic fashion. You could try selling some to our friend Victoria then. Yeah. I wouldn't let her hands touch them even if she paid me tenfold. Does your friend Victoria have a secret? I must be getting old. I kind of miss those Queens of Crime days. Oh. It's been a while since the Queens were in action, huh? Our legacy shall be eternal. Ever thought about how that name might give people the wrong idea? That's the point. The bisque is part of the charm. The bad girl logic? There's something to that, I guess. Queens of Crime. The name is a reference to 4 famous mystery authors. Me and Lillian started back in college. It was meant to be the name of our investigation club. Oh, this music's cute. In practice, it just became the name of the group we hung out with online. Of course, there weren't many real crimes to look into, so we usually just played games. Detectives must hone their wits and keep their style sharp. Excuse the excuses. At the end of the day, it just ended up being the brand of our circle. Some others joined, but they were never more than 4 members. This wasn't really because we set a hard limit. We just happened to play a lot of board games that needed that number. Actually, it's because there just aren't many worthy applicants. Who gave you permission to use your mind-reading trick? But sure, technically we're all unworthy compared to Claire. Claire? Never met Claire in person, but she set up a VR server as a hangout place for us. She even somehow had 3D models prepared for us. That's wild. We have come to terms with the fact that she's a legend out of our reach. It's rigged. I only ever beat her when I cheat. Let's not say that part out loud. Then there's our 4th member, Victoria Preston. You sure your only worthy people take holds up? Well, I don't want to say I told you so at the start she's no good. I do recall it. You know the feeling when you think someone is just being obnoxious for the satire. You think they're exaggerating, but being ironic. Then you eventually realize they actually are like that when you meet them in person. Don't tell me you didn't think she was just messing around in the beginning. Nah. After the fact that I'm so easy, so convenient. But yeah, our former fourth member turned out to have a few issues. We'll go into the end. What do you think of her replacement, though? What do you think of her replacement, though? The Russian spider. She's fishy. Seems cool to me. Been getting along with her. After the Victoria fiasco, Claire eventually introduced a new member to us. It's another person we only met online. Her name's Yevpraskia, and she uses a spider-themed avatar, hence Russian Spider. Not that we know if she is really Russian. She's got no accent and seems to have some peculiar connections. Well, I trust Claire's judgment, and compared to Victoria, heaven. And that's enough dwelling in those memories for now. Alright, this trip. Alright, Aurelia, what's this really about? Why not try to deduce it? You only mentioned that you were going to some tower on our server. You also said there was some kind of auction happening there, but that's about it. Look the place up. It seems like the owner died some years ago and his possessions are getting pawned off. There's also some local rumor that the place is cursed. I couldn't find out much more than that. Therefore, there has to be some kind of new scoop you're looking into. Am I wrong? I have to choose my words carefully around her. Lillian has that really uncanny intuition of hers. She can almost always tell if someone is lying. And since she knows me well, she's got a perfect read on me. Which leaves me with really only one counter strategy. I plead the fifth. Really? You gotta be kidding. So what kind of crime are you up to here? You knew it was a mistake to get banded into revealing my plans for today. It just seems impossible she'd be able to actually show up uninvited, but here we are. Better watch you closely today. Sure, that's a given. Nothing I can say now to get rid of you. Looks like the train is about to arrive. Time to cut the chit-chat and get ready to move. We can get off the train. Monica Town, on the coast. So this is the place, huh? The salty air, the nice rural scenery, not a bad spot for some sightseeing. There seems to be an amusement park nearby, if my eyes don't deceive you. Plot twist, I'm not here for fun. Bummer. You can see if it's open after we're done here. I feel kind of bad if I only bored you with my business now that you came over. There are some bones in this tract, huh? Nice. It's Nathan. Hope that doesn't turn out to be a death flag. And we should be good. I didn't say I'm retired or anything. Yeah, and you're not married. See? Being free has got even more benefits. Still, I'm about to enter a pretty cursed place. It looks completely out of place in this small town. Oh, those eyes. What's with those eyes? Those are just bizarre. Who approved this? It was originally meant to be part of the nearby amusement park. There were some issues with construction, though. The locals didn't want this area completely ruined, and the government sided with them. The park had to be relocated. The tower was already complete. It was then just offered up for rent. Huh. They found a buyer for this monstrosity. Fair point. The landscape is ruined by those uncanny eyes staring down at you either way. I can say that again. I'm feeling watched. Speaking of feeling watched, has she been looking at me instead of the tower? That's a pretty mild reaction. Must have done your homework about this place. Or been here before. I'd like if you didn't start constructing a mood matrix on me. Oh, a very flustered response. I see. Correct the case yet, Sherlock? More data is needed, but I predict you'll regret your heinous ways before the end of the day. You might definitely regret letting you tag along. So, the auction is held at the top of that tower. You are correct. Oh, hello. How long has this guy been there? Can we help you? That's what I meant to ask. No, we're good. Sorry for my friend's suspicion. She's involved in some shit. Million! Oh, no worries. Anyone should be careful around this place. The smartest move would have been to stay away. But now that you are here, perhaps I can help you to some refreshments. Oh, okay, really? Your worriness of this guy might be justified after all. Really? Is that strawberry cake? Ah, I see you have spotted my specialty. The Kova Strawberry Crisis, baked using my secret recipe. You know, perhaps we should talk to this guy for a bit. So easy. Could have some useful local intel. Right, it's all just for research. Totally. Well, gotta keep it up. My apologies, I can't help you with that. Aw. Gun! So this is the mugging. Hand over the cookies. Tempting, but not quite worth it. So you teased me with the possibility of presenting my press pass like my attorney's badge. And then you give me a gun. And that's where all the fun dialogue is gonna lie in this case. I bet you anything. Well, this is the first time we meet. I'm afraid I'm in no position to tell you anything about your... What is your relationship, if you don't mind my curiosity? I do kind of mind. Let's see. This is... These choices are amazing. She's my wife. We're married, actually. I see. You do appear to be very close. Did I miss something? Like my wedding? Don't be silly, I just had to think a good cover real quick. So to yourself, this guy's a little too shady to share everything with. That's the first thing your mind jumped to? Interesting. I'm jealous of your sister after all. There's nothing to bring you to do here. But it's rare to see such a lovely couple, especially in this place. Rest assured, I'm quite happy for you. Thank you? Get off my arm. Why? I'm your wife, no? I know the cover now. This is gonna haunt me, isn't it? It will, and I am here for it. You are? How careless of me to forget introductions. My name is Undercover. Gee, could you be undercover by chance? I'm a local merchant here in Monica Town. Always have been. Ready now? Sorry this is rude, but you don't really look like just some humble merchant, humble local. More like East European nobility. You must be mistaken. This is perfectly normal attire here. I tend to blend into crowds. You're kidding me. You're straight up lying, no? You can tell, right? I'm not your personal lie detector. You've got to stop relying on me for that. Wait, this is literally the first time I asked today. You can't just be like that right out of the gate. At least throw me a bone once or twice first. Right back at you, woman who refuses to give any info. Fair enough. I assure you there's no reason to be worried of me. I am simply a local, trying to make a living with my sweets. There is a lot of tourism around these parts, ever since the amusement park opened. We have some nice coasts, too. That's why you're looking around the auction entrance. That's the ideal place to catch some people with money to spare. I'm afraid that's not the real reason I am here. To be honest, I would prefer it if this auction was cancelled, but it seems to be too late for that. Why would you want that? This tower. People from here are scared of it. It is the home of the Reaper's curse. I see. I knew the place was freaky, but I wasn't aware that it's this notorious. A curse. Now things are getting interesting. Takes me back to the days we solved the 7 school mysteries. I don't remember that arc. That's not a real thing that happened. Even detectives need to fudge their resumes a little. Anyway, seems like the locals aren't happy with this auction for some reason. We should ask a little more about that. Can't be avoided. You'll figure out at least part of the picture sooner or later. Alright. Can you tell us about this auction, Mr. Kova? Someone used to live in this tower. That man died 5 years ago, in the Ost Manor incident. You probably know that much. Is that so? Very interesting. Don't give me that look. Homes of murder victims aren't popular, so no new buyer was ever found for this place. May have also had something to do with the ridiculous design. Murder victim? Is what happened in that incident? Oh, so you don't even know. Well, actually... Go ahead, give us the details. I'm afraid not that much is known about it. Most of the details of that incident have not been released to the public. BU2, that's what the police named in their files. What we do know is that the incident occurred in Ost Manor. It happened 5 years ago. The owner, Mr. Ost, was hosting a dinner party. So Mr. Ost was the host with the most Ost, you could say. I will see myself out, thank you. A lot of famous people were invited. We only know the end result. None of them were ever seen again. Oh wow. And I mean that. Not even their dead bodies. That's concerning. All of them vanished? I thought that was a murder. Well, vanished may be the wrong word. The police did investigate it as a murder case. They even had a suspect. One of the guests, a lawyer who had apparently gone missing. All that implies they did find dead bodies when they got there. Yet no bodies were ever handed over to their families. They never got a proper burial. How could that be? That's why we can only speculate. I imagine many have done so. That's all I can tell you about that. It was simply an incident with no answer. A tree that nobody saw fall. Perhaps it's for the best. Doubt whatever truth is behind that mass murder would make anyone happy. That's something a detective should say. I gave up on killing a detective, if you happen to remember. You know what people would say if they tasked you with solving such a case? Please, find the truth, no matter what it is. That's not really what any of them want. The truth isn't always good enough. They want you to find a truth they can live with. What if it turned out their family member brutally murdered the others? Think they'd be happy? They'd be grateful for a job well done? That's not how people work. At that point, I'd be doing them a much better favor by just blaming the missing lawyer. Remember her being notorious for a liberal approach with the truth. So she's not in a position to complain. Are you serious right now? That'd be just lying to their face. No matter your reasons, that can't ever be right. Neither is causing emotional breakdowns. But there are such contradictory situations where you can't be the hero no matter what you choose. Seems my tale has gotten you worked up. Allow me to apologize with some tea. Nah, it's fine. But a minor disagreement. Maybe I said too much. She definitely isn't happy with my take. I get the picture now. So the owner of this place died in that incident. Didn't I even know for sure he died then? Everything was covered up? After 5 years of him not showing up again, it is basically certain. Like legally dead at this point? That may have contributed to it taking this long before his possessions finally get sold. Of course, that was also the first sign this place is cursed. Now there is something I'm interested in. Think you can elaborate on that curse part a little? Well, certainly, as that's what I'm here to warn you about. Just let me know when you are prepared to hear the rest of the story. Alright, let's do it. I understand how that incident may have caused some rumors. That happened in a faraway mansion. No reason to declare this tower haunted. I certainly don't get the opposition to this auction. If anything, people should be happy the place finally gets cleaned out, then. Death that is still looming in this place. We mustn't anger him. You've seen those eyes, unnerving on their own. People around here have seen it. Something's alive in that place. Some say they saw it blink. Others say the pupils moved, watching them. There is a leaper here. The soul of the previous owner. Remember that he was an evil man. You have to do better to convince me. The eyes of that tower are blinking at night. Maybe if it was witnessed in the day, there'd be something to it. People's brains tend to play tricks on themselves in the dark. Yeah, I doubt it caused that much concern. If that was the end of it, I would agree. Yet there is still more. Listen carefully. As you're aware, the previous occupant died an unnatural death in that incident 5 years ago. But that was just the emergence of the curse. A little more than a year later, a local merchant was discovered in his home with his throat ripped out. No weapon was found at the scene. The surrounding sand showed that nobody had left the house. A year later, it happened again. A lowlife burned to death in his apartment. The neighbor saw something through the window just before the fire started. The shadow of a hooded, winged figure holding a sign. Oh wow. That did escalate quickly. That's why the auction is a huge mistake. Leave this place before death takes note of you. With that said, would you like another treat? Sure. I need that now. Jawbreak cake, get it here. Amazing. It's called the Cold Strawberry Crisis. Very tasty. Remember you said you visited the dentist? I'm starting to see why that was needed. You go over here just to find all the ways to stab me. Sorry, Mom. Some joys are worth it. I'm up a little with a hangover from last night. Gotta start thinking of some comebacks. So, I convince you to leave this place be. No. Nope. Well, I suppose those who come here have made up their minds. If anything, that story would make many even more curious. You know how it is with our curiosity. It does not always end well. At the very least, don't do anything to anger the Reaper. Do not steal anything. Don't go anywhere you're not supposed to be. Can you promise me this? I'm not sure I can make any promises. Not with Lillian watching. That's unfortunate. Well, I have warned you. Nothing good would come of it. Noted. Well, it's about time to go. The auction will start soon. Is that a Ferris wheel? Looks like it. Wanna go? Might be great for inspiration. Let's see. Someone gets into a Ferris wheel. When the cabin gets back down, they're gone. What happened? If that ever happened, you'd almost certainly have to blame the staff for it. Maybe somebody slept on their job. I don't know, you might be able to intentionally rig a way to escape. Why would anybody do that? Be a jerk, I guess. That Ferris wheel is part of Luna Park. Unfortunately, it's only open to children. I see. We can spare ourselves the trip then. Not like we'd have had time for that. Aw. Up here connecting the road to the tower. It's basically looking down on us from this close. Talk about something that could easily place in the top 10 evil buildings. I concur. But no matter how uncanny it is, that's where I have to go to take care of things. One last thing, Mr. Covert. Yes, a mayhem. Don't you like the Covert Strawberry Crisis for the road? Gladly. But should you really be calling them that? What do you mean? You say you baked those cakes, but it's a lie, right? How did you... Well, if you have noticed, I won't fight it. That's right, I did not make these cakes myself. There is no secret recipe, I just bought them from the local store. Then you embellished the story to justify the higher price, got it? Lying isn't good, sir. I have no excuse. My apologies. Tell me just one thing. What gave it away? How did you know? Just pure intuition. There it is. Your second scariest power. you need to expose him like that? Yeah, it'll be better for everyone in the long run. I mean, he'll probably just carry on doing it. But sure, let's go then. Oh, what? This is, wow. I was not expecting this kind of, wow, looking pretty high-tech. If not particularly welcoming. So, what do you think about what that guy told us? Think there's a curse in this place? There might be. It's a little hard to just dismiss 2 people dying. Not sure how much we can tell from just a summary of testimony of scared villagers. I mean, if this place was built in a modern sense, then I could see that. Aw, I thought you'd have some sort of bigger picture worked out. Thanks for the confidence, but it's been 5 minutes. I'm not some kind of deduction goddess. Would be stylish, though. Maybe you should have just nodded and said, I see. Like you wouldn't see through that. Excuse me, madams. Well, if you want to go up there, I'd have to, do my job. And you are? Guard. Lewis Guard. I didn't really mean your name. Well, I'm supposed to be the guard in charge here. Supposed to? So, what would you have to do? Not planning to pat us down, I hope. Oh, God, hopefully that won't be needed. Hopefully not? What are you implying? Well, I didn't mean it like that. Have mercy on the guy. Procedure was, let's see, right. I have to have you provide some ID. No joking loud, I was told. You're saying I don't look like I'm old enough? Which of the 2 options won't affect you? Yeah, you don't get to ask that. Okay, well, doesn't matter because I have to ask either way. Because I also got to note down your names, just in case. Yikes, there were some pretty expensive valuables on display here. I had to check rich folks all day, so, probably. Manager's been pretty strict about security for a while. Never should have taken this job. If there's that nice dude dropping by every now and then, there's a real buddy. It'd be worse, I guess. You've been bought up by those sweets as well. At any rate, here you go. Aurelia Chase. By the name. More guarding and less complaining, please. Right. I see evidently. Hey, still gotta run one last check, though. No one's up to the metal detector. I have to go around it anyway. Oh. How do we have to do that? We didn't have a chance to steal anything yet. Sorry. Don't make the rules. I'm fine. Wait, I have this gold pendant. Is this gonna be an issue? Oh, gotta take a quick look at that. Okay, nothing too suspicious, I guess. Let me keep that for a sec while you go through the detector. What a hassle. Is our gun gonna set it off? Alright, you're good. You're clear, madam. Next up is... right. Here goes. Ah, crap. I forgot about... oh, jeez. Really? An unfortunate search now, madam. Sorry. Nobody that can guess what caused this. This probably set it off. Ah, well, thanks for your quap. Oh, no, that's a gun! Okay, I probably could have handled this better, but, is there a problem with this? Of course! I mean, no, not really. I mean, maybe. Got a bulletproof vest, just so you know. I wasn't planning on shooting you, dude. Is it fine or not? Which is it? Just for your info, I'm allowed to carry. I can show you my permit. Oh, okay. It's alright then. I'm allowed to keep this. Yeah, of course. Respect your right to do that. Second Amendment, all that. We're definitely in America and not in Japan, after all. Totally. Is that really something you had to remind yourself of? Anyway, I'm not complaining, but what's the point of the metal detector then? Oh, I just did. Checking for suspicious objects. Okay, but what's the point of that if you're just going to ignore them? That's not part of my job. It would be too much of a hassle. Is there any point to your job, then? Look. All I'm paid for is to note any suspicious metallic objects. So, you are free to keep your gun because, you know. Anyone were to end up getting shot, I'll have it all noted down here who bought what weapon. What are the chances of that happening? I mean, you'd have to be pretty stupid. Agreed, I guess. That still makes some sort of sense. Not sure I like it. Pretty reactive and you could have just kept the weapons out. Don't twist my arm over that, Adam. Like I said, I don't make the rules. Good to go then. Enjoy the auction. Or whatever. Well, I'll take it. Let's go, Lillian. Yeah. Entered the cylindrical elevator and felt it starting to ascend with a low rumbling sound. Given the height of this tower, it would probably take a couple of minutes. Can't get what he said out of my head. Did he know something? Was that warning specifically for me? No, there's no way he could. Then it's a strange coincidence. Is the universe trying to warn me? You're right. Let's not get too crazy. Aurelia? Huh? Yeah? Don't take this the wrong way, but is there a reason you brought a gun? Think I'm planning to use this? No, of course not. There has to be some reason you're carrying it. Makes me feel safer. Seems like a good enough reason to me. Did something happen? Something that made you think your safety might be threatened? Of course you'd realize. Well, kind of. During the last couple of months, I sometimes felt like I'm being watched. A stalker? It's not like I ever saw anyone, so at first I tried to dismiss it as paranoia. There was that one time I saw a suspicious car parked in front of my house. When I got out to take a look, I quickly drove away. Maybe it was just a poorly timed coincidence and I'm getting paranoid, but better safe than sorry, I thought after that. Yeah, that makes sense. Hope you're really just paranoid. That could be taken the wrong way. Sorry about earlier, by the way. Got a little worked up because it sounded like you were just dismissing the truth. Oh, it's fine. Probably said a little too much there myself. Get your point. Sometimes there can be good reasons to hide the truth. It's pretty common, really. Lying would be considered all the time. I think even in those cases, it would be better to stay honest, even if it's not easy. Lillian feels pretty strongly about that, huh? It's because she sees through so many lies with her intuition. Let's consider a really extreme example, then. I believe this scenario comes up in the detective stories as well. Some great detective, let's call him Vance, unveils the truth of a case. He knows that in doing so, there is a high chance someone will commit suicide. Vance reveals the truth anyways, and the person confronted with it puts a bullet in their own head. Can you really call that a good detective? Did he not do more harm than good at that point? I get that, but you're missing a bigger issue, Aurelia. This is about responsibility. That's exactly the issue, though. Really what he knew was the irresponsible thing to do. No, that's like shooting the messenger for bringing bad news. Vance might not feel good about doing it, but in the end, he just did his job. That's an easy excuse to leak everyone's personal secrets. Well, if he starts revealing stuff irrelevant to his job, then yeah, Vance is a jackass. But behavior can be debatable. It's at least based on the truth. Objective first. Objective fact. What happens if Vance does anything else? Once he chooses to distort the truth instead, whatever happens will be entirely his fault. If he told someone a lie and that person commits suicide because of it, it's definitely partly his fault. His motives wouldn't even matter. It could have been a lie out of kindness with unexpected consequences. The truth is just relayed. Lies are created by that person. That makes a huge difference. That went deeper than I was ready for. I gave this some thought. Gotta defend my detectives, okay? But if this is the reason you didn't become one, I can respect it. Well, it's a bit more complicated. The elevator arrived. Finally. Time to figure out what this auction is really about. When I do, don't think I won't expose it. I'm trembling. Ooh. This is quite a location. Vaguely reminds me of the PIC room. Wow, that's a lot of suits. This is a bigger event than I thought. Was the dead guy that famous? A collector of valuables? Yeah, well, I think he had some interest in ancient artifacts. I doubt anybody really knows how many he actually got, though. Interesting. Just who was this mysterious dead guy? Oh look, there's a buffet in the side room to the left. Looks like you can get some really spicy curry. Nice try, but your distraction won't work. I actually could need some feeling back in my mouth. Oh, hello there, future victim. Dear guests, please settle down. Pointless introductions first. I'm Melanie Holden. I'm the real estate agent in charge of managing this property. Most of you knew that, hopefully. This lot has been vacant for an obnoxious while. The last tenant, the notorious Dr. Van Lead, passed away around 5 years ago. If you're here, you're probably already familiar with him. Hey, I've heard that name before. Where was it? Wasn't this your big story? Uh-oh. Never made noise just now. Zip it. Very likable. Needless to say, dead or not, Dr. Lead was a repulsive man. A mad criminal who committed many violent atrocities. Shockingly, since he once served the nation and was a respected member in the field of psychology, his actions cannot be excused, yet I cannot blame you for being interested. That morbid curiosity cannot be helped. What went through that man's head? With him gone, only his possessions may give some insights. No family members ever came forward to claim his things. Consider just getting rid of them, which would have been a shame. I cannot discount the historical value some of these pieces could hold. That is why, today, we are auctioning them off to you, dear guests. Let's begin without further delay. Susan, where's the first item? Right away. The possessions of a murderer? How intriguing. Look, there's something cool. Like a sniper rifle. What if he really collected ancient figures? There were rumors about that. Moment of truth, Aurelia. What piece will you bid on, I wonder? If it's anything too valuable, you might have trouble. I'd be surprised if you could compete with the net values of those dudes. Who knows? Maybe they wasted it all on fancy suits. I got the first item. Here it is, mother. Did you clean it? One moment. The thinker? Spits. Okay, it's ready. It could have happened faster, nevertheless. What you can see there on the display stand is our first item for sale. A thoughtful figure, perfect for bashing in the heads. I'm joking, nobody would do that. Starting bid is $10. We're starting with something small. Well, I get a bid? 20, 50, $200. Are you serious? Who would pay that much for this trash? Must know something we don't. Is the statue actually an antique? $1,000. Yeah, I think me bidding ain't happening. You didn't even bring $1,000? I did, but anything more and I'd have to dig into my savings. Any more bids? 1, 2, 5,000. Seriously? Okay, that gentleman is just mad. Let him have his stupid thinker statue then. Sold. A good start. Very good indeed. So, don't worry, dear guests. There's still much more to come. There's always the possibility that this is the thinker that got me'd and had a secret document stored within. Bring the next one, Susan. Do I always need to remind you? Oh, on my way. Alright, here's item number 2. Medieval gold coin. must have been payment for some hit job. Or maybe Dr. Lead subjected someone to some unthinkable game using coin flips. Is that a fucking zero-time dilemma reference? How did the saying go? Heads I win, tails you lose. Let's begin the bidding. The starting bid is $105,000. Oh, come on. Really? Really? This whole thing is rigged. It's pay to win. Dude, that's literally how auctions work. You could always take out a loan later if you really wanted something. Thanks for the input, but after student loans, I've had enough of crippling debt. 20,000. Jesus Christ. I hope you're aware this is just a coin. Nevertheless, sold. The auction pretty much continued like that. Various random items were brought up and sold. 2 hours later. I don't get it. Doesn't seem like you're planning to bid on anything. But you are getting busy taking notes. Is the plan to just remember who bought what? I plead the fifth. Again. Can't keep running forever. Now for our next item. Very interesting, this one. Sent to you, the Reaper's Blade itself. Oh. A highly effective combat knife. Dr. Lead probably obtained this while serving. Who knows whatever purpose it got misused. Before we take a closer look, let's take a little break. The auction will resume in 30 minutes. Best is yet to come, dear guests. That lady sure knows how to build up the hype. So I'm kind of interested in that buffet now. How about it? Aurelia? Good. Managed to steal myself away. No way she'll find me in this crowd. This break is a chance I can't miss. But, do I really risk it? I could just keep playing it safe. 2 things I'm looking for likely won't be among the auctioned items. There's some junk in there, but nobody would just buy some pieces of paper. Still, I can't discount something like a diary. It all depends on how he chose to hide it. That's why I need to take any chance to check out his workplace. And here we are. Lighthouse of Library, Dr. Lead's for Lighthouse of Library? The Lighthouse of Lunacy, Dr. Lead's former study. Huh, the door wasn't even locked. Good for me. Got to hurry. Let's start with the desk. Nothing here. Where else could I look? God damn. Someone's behind me. Here we are. You're... And that's the entirety of what led up to this. Got a clearer view on things now after going through it all again. To say I've gotten myself into a giant mess. Did you calm down? Yeah, somewhat. Thanks. Let's talk about what happened. Did you really shoot that lady? I saw you bring a gun, but... Listen to me. It was an accident. Never meant for that to happen. Was you being in that room an accident too? No. That room was obviously off limits. I've got to admit that. There were some things I was looking for. And yeah, I probably would have stolen them. But the auction manager just came at me out of nowhere. I tried to defuse the situation, but she immediately pulled a knife. The Reaper's Blade. I pulled my gun. I just wanted her to back off, but she wouldn't stop. It was more of a scuffle, and you heard the result. Got it. Just say it. I was stupid. Well, those were definitely some reckless actions. And you're still being secret about why you had to look for stuff. But you got bigger problems right now. Better tell me later, though. Later? There's no later for me. I shot someone. What you have told me, she came at you first. Sounds like self-defense to me. You'd certainly be blamed for things here. But murder? No way. It won't fly and you know it. It will be hard to prove. You were trespassing after all. If that is established, the law won't be in your favor. You also had a gun when the victim only had a knife. People won't buy she just kept coming at you after you pointed a gun at her. It will be tough to claim self-defense in such circumstances. You know how how it sounds, but it's what happened. What else am I supposed to claim? Weren't you going on about truth earlier? You had no choice but to come clean. How about you go back to what you did earlier? What? How'd you avoid my questions when I keep pestering you? Nobody's gonna buy this story of yours. So just plead the fifth. The fifth. You want me to just say nothing at all? As the accused, it's your right not to testify against yourself. You apparently can't say the truth, and lying would be stupid. That's your only option. The burden of proof will be on them. I appreciate your optimism, but you've got to be joking. If I say nothing, it won't take a genius to prove me guilty. Well, it's really the only shot we've got. Huh. That was the option Lillian left to me. The question was, do I really even want to take it? Even with her reassurance, there is this lingering feeling. No, I'm not a criminal. Keep it together. Side room. This seems like a good point to end off for now. This is a really intriguing start. I'm looking forward to this one.